Hi Dollar Divas! Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm continuing on with which brand I prefer in each category. Of course, I'm talking about Ioni and LA Colors. So I just posted a video just like this where I picked, it was like 10 or 11 categories, and where I thought LA Colors excelled or where I thought Ioni excelled. And when I got done with the video and started talking to some of you all, and even just got to thinking, I was like, I could do like 10 more products easily. Because it's like categories, but it's like there's like micro categories too. Like you have lips, but you have like liquid lipstick, stick lipstick, lip gloss, lip liner. You know, you have all these things. So I was like, I can easily do another version of this. And of course it'll be ever going because these brands are always evolving and changing. And I want to do some other brands as well. So it's kind of an accidental series, I guess you could say. So I'm continuing on. I've got a part 2. And so yeah, that's what we're doing today. My makeup look is testing new Dollar Tree makeup. It'll be the next video up. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I did kind of like a really dramatic like sunset. I did like a dramatic sunset eye. So super fun, super exciting. And so if you are returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming on back for another video. And if you are new, my name is Jessica and I'm basically a bargain makeup channel, which means I love to do a lot of the same fun content that other makeup channels like to do. I just like to keep it in the bargain price point. So of course, lots of Dollar Tree, Shein, Temu, Shop Miss A, any other bargain brands I can find, and other dollar stores. I just like to keep it $5 and under. Of course, the closer to $1, the better. So if it sounds like you're in the right place, I do hope you'll subscribe and become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube. And of course, as I always say before every video, I will have related content linked down below. That way you can go binge watch some other content and catch up with us after you're done watching this video. And so, yeah, without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So the first category is gonna be liquid liner. And I did liquid liner in the last video, but I picked the Ioni Everlasting Lash Glue product because it was so revolutionary over like the LA Colors eye marker. But I knew that I had another comparison in there. And so now I'm taking the glue element out of it because obviously the LA Colors Everlasting Lash Glue and Liner in one, you can use it as just a liquid eyeliner. It's great. So that makes, but the idea that it's also a lash glue makes it better than the LA Colors eye marker. But I remember that Ioni came out with a couple different eye markers that are not glue. So I wanted to pit them fairly against the LA Colors eye marker. So where LA Colors thrives is they've had some different colors of this, I believe, over the years, and it's a really nice eye marker. I remember when LA Colors went from just having it in the little thing with a brush to having an eye marker. I felt like that was one of those bougie moves that a Dollar Tree brand made. Now, Ioni, this is just a felt tip eyeliner pen. This is blue. I'm sure they have black. I just happen to have it in blue. And then they've got this liquid liner, and it comes in this, you know, little thing with a brush. So now as far as their like pens, they're very comparable to the LA Colors eye marker. They might even be a little bit better. I don't really know. If I had to measure between these two, I really don't care for this. And basically the reason being is this brush is just not the easiest brush to work with. And of course it's big bulky packaging. So I definitely prefer their eye pen. And honestly, for $1.25, it feels a little bit more substantial, but they're really very comparable in their eyeliner game. They both have different types of eyeliner, liquid eyeliner products, and they're all really very good. So at the end of the day, if you take the glue element out of it, they don't even have a lash glue, Ioni doesn't, and they just both have just regular liquid eyeliners, I'm gonna put them at a tie in this department. So now setting powder. So one thing we know, what Ioni excels at is packaging and just kind of coming up with some new different things. They lack in complexion products. They do have this one random, I mean, they've got like, you know, you have blush and highlighter. No bronzer, I don't think. No bronzer. At least, now, granted, I have not laid my eyes on the new collection yet. So this whole video, there could be a follow-up to this once I get my hands on that collection and see what's out. But as I sit here today, I have not. But they do have this really nice mattifying powder that they came out with this year. And it's really, really, really nice. Packaging is to die for. Only problem is they just have this one, it's translucent. It might not work on some like really dark complexions, but it is really nice. LA Colors, on the other hand, I have actually hauled, it's been a while, but I've actually hauled a loose powder from them in the past. But they've always got these little pressed powders. And this is the shade Nude, but they've got tan. They've got one called Toffee. They've got beige. They got like 4 or so shades of this. And it's really a very good powder. And LA Colors thrives a little bit more in their complexion products than Ioni. So for the pressed powder category, I'm going to say LA Colors is ahead of Ioni on this one. Not that that can't change. So now this is kind of like a chubby pencil, kind of eye crayon type of category. And so I've got these 2 products here that look very, very similar. One is Ioni, one is LA Colors. So LA Colors does have quite a few different like eyeshadow sticks. They'll come out with them in their like spring collections. This one here is in Champagne, and it's just a really nice like a highlight type of a shade. It's very creamy. You could use it for like your inner corner. You could add a little pop on your eyelid. Probably put a little bit on your lips if you wanted to. And a little bit under your under your brow bone. I also have like a teal, like a bluish teal. So they have several of these that they'll come out with over time. They've even got like lip crayons too. Now Ioni, their attempt at doing a similar type of like a highlight product. I have a Wet n Wild pencil that I bought at the drugstore, but they used to sell them also at Dollar Tree for a period of time. It's basically like a pencil, but it's like a matte highlighter. So it's like a cream. So it's meant to like highlight like your waterline, inner corner, under your brow bone. And this is like a shiny version of that. And so it's really more of like a pencil than it is like a creamy crayon. And it looks okay in the swatch, but if you were to like, it doesn't really blend out the way the crayon does. It's not nearly as creamy. It's like a pencil. But it doesn't execute on the eyes. I feel like you would have to do the old school thing where you take the lighter. And so, now granted, and I will get to this later, I love their lip pencils that are like this. Love them. But this here, for what I would need it for, doesn't suit me. So in like the fat, chubby, kind of crayon type of department, especially if like for like an eye highlighter and stuff like that, LA Colors, I feel, again, is ahead. And so since I'm there, I'm going to go on with the lip liner, because these are also fat, chubby sticks, but these are more like lip liner colors. So I've got Cherry Red and I've got Plum. So they're really nice. You can use them as like an all-over, they're creamy, they're pigmented. You can use them as an all-over lip color or to line your lips. This one here I love for that purpose. And then this one here is in Cherry Red. You can use it as like a whole lip color, or like I said, like a liner. So really, really nice products. So now LA Colors has lip crayons, but really I don't use these as that. I use these as a lip liner. So I'm going to compare it with their lip liners. They've got several. They've got lots of lip liners. They have the new Eye and Lip Bar. They come out with lip liners usually in their like spring collections. And so these are just a couple that I've hauled over the years. I've got a couple more. For me, where LA Colors lacks in this department is having one that's dark enough. So I will compare, this is a recent purchase from their Eye and Lip Bar. And then the one below is the Fat Chubby Stick. See, it's just a lot darker. And even like this one here, you would think would be pretty dark, but it's not. So it's just kind of, it's just like really warm, and it just never gives me the effect. So although LA Colors has, for a lot of skin tones, these would work really well if you're lighter, and they're retractable, and they've got all kinds of shades where, of course, Ioni doesn't have as many shades, but this one here in Plum. Then I also have this little thin one here. This is a Mombasa Spice. I think I used this recently. See, that's a nice dark shade right there. Very comparable to the Chubby Stick in Plum. So for me personally, I favor the color selection of, not necessarily quality, but I favor the color selection of the Ioni lip pencils more than LA Colors. So I feel that LA Colors, for me personally, Ioni is ahead on this game. So now we're going to get into stick blushes. So a few years ago, LA Colors came out with some in a spring collection. They also had a highlighter. I do have a highlighter, and I bought one of the colors of blushes. This is the LA Colors blush sticks. I don't know if you remember these. This is the shade Flushed. Then Ioni came out with some, I think, this year, and this is the shade Cinnamon Rose. So the products are very, very comparable. They're just like they're a product, like a big giant stick blush. And the biggest thing with these is that you know how to apply them. Back of your hand, stippling brush, or a beauty blender, and then you diffuse it and then apply it. So I would say they're a tie in this department as well. LA Colors, I have not seen them since they came out with that spring collection. And I think these were in a single collection as well. Now, this shade here, I've been using this in work. I love this Cinnamon Rose shade right here. So I'm going to naturally reach for that probably more than I'll reach for this shade here. But yeah, they're both very, very comparable size, quality, all that stuff. And then even like I said, as far as finding them, it's not neither one is going to be easy to find. So I would say that this is another category in which they tie with each other. So now we're going to go into liquid eyeshadow and glitter liner. So LA Colors does not have a glitter liner. Ioni, to the best of my knowledge, as of yet, does not have a liquid eyeshadow. So you have LA Colors with their liquid eyeshadows and Ioni with their glitter liners. So as far as Ioni's glitter liners, I'm wearing some right now. I'm wearing the one that's blue. So here's the deal. If it's not this pink one, it's a subtle effect, which I know most people are going to want. And but I did find out in this makeup look, you'll see, if you layer it, it's a little bit more dramatic. The pink one here, though, kind of is a little different, though, because it's in like a pink liquid, so it stands out more. The pink one is like the best quality, I feel. So they're fun, but then you've got LA Colors in their liquid shadow. They have some of their ones that are older with the black caps. Then they got the ones in the purple caps that were 100 times better, and the color selection was better too. And then you have the new eye and lip bar, which pretty much are like, they just have some different shades, but they're very comparable to the newer ones. Kind of no matter what, I tend to reach for a liquid eyeshadow more than I reach for a glitter liner. Now, I tend to favor them, like these here are in darker shades. I tend to favor like a white or a champagne or a gold. There's just so much that I can do with it than like a darker shade. But even at that, I would probably still reach for these a little bit more than the glitter liners. So for me, just in what I use, like these are kind of those fun like eye products that you used to have to get like high end, like from Urban Decay or Stila. I was corrected recently, Stila. For me personally, and like I said, this can change just depending on what it is you like. For me personally, LA Colors still is a bit ahead in kind of this specialty bougie like eyeshadow product category, you know? Which now brings me to eyeshadow. Now I understand there are a couple eyeshadow singles that Ioni came out with in their new Circus collection that I, again, not yet laid my eyes on. But as I sit here right now, and of course LA Colors, their quads, their 6-pan palettes, even their 12 pans, they've always had a lot of eyeshadow options. So these are a couple of palettes I used recently in a video. And until I get my hands on the new ones from Ioni, LA Colors wins this one. And then probably, even if I did get the couple of eyeshadow singles from Ioni, in all honesty, I'm sure they're amazing. I've heard from some Dollar Divas that they're amazing. They're really pretty. They're shimmery and stuff. I would still have to put LA Colors as the winner because they've been in the eyeshadow game for a long time. And they've reformulated their 6 pans. They came out with a new 12 pan, even a new 6 pan. So LA Colors, even with a couple eyeshadow singles from Ioni, LA Colors wins this category for sure. Then we have liquid lipsticks. Ioni's come out with several, as well as LA Colors with their velvet lip mousses. Now, where Ioni thrives is their containers are bigger than like the LA Colors ones, but I would say where they lack is there. Now, LA Colors has, I have like a berry shade from them, and I think I even have another, I think I have a berry shade in the velvet lip mousse, and then there I think are a couple other shades. Where they triumph over Ioni, I feel, is in the color selection. A couple of these colors are just so similar. I guess this here is like a red. Yep, that's like a red. It actually looks like a blue-based red too. But the best I can tell is Ioni doesn't have like a nude shade like this, which I think is necessary. Now they do have like lip glosses, so I mean, I will give it to them for that. So there are swatches, of course, the 3, that's Ioni. And then you have your LA Colors Velvet Lip Mousse. And LA Colors has always thrived in lip products. But, you know, like I said, these are really good too. Like I said, I think they kind of balance each other out. I think I think LA Colors has a slightly better variation of shades. Kind of like their blushes. They both have great blushes, but I feel like Ioni just doesn't have quite the variation as LA Colors. But I mean, that is, you know, that is nice. But where they make up for it is their packaging being a little bit more substantial. And I think the wear time is really about the same in my experience. So I'm gonna put them at a tie in this category as well. And then now we've got like lip gloss. So Ioni has these 2 lip glosses. I've got a clear one and I've got this one here. This is in like a reddish shade. And they're really nice. They're very, very like pigmented and very glossy. They have a little bit of a weird smell, but so you see that's like a sheer red lip gloss. Not something I gravitate towards very often. Then LA Colors, of course, they have their plump glosses, which we talked about in the last video. They've got their moisturizing lip glosses. And they get the glosses on the duos. What else do they have? I don't even know. These smell a whole lot better. They don't have like that weird smell. And then these here smell like circus peanuts. So of course the lip duo, it has its value, but that, you know, they kind of look similar in the tube, kind of like a clear red, but the way it translates is not quite as pigmented. So the one on top is that's the Ioni, and then this one here is the moisturizing lip gloss by LA Colors. I would say that the moisturizing lip gloss is a little stickier than the Ioni, but where the LA Colors thrives is these moisturizing lip glosses come in so many shades. There's like 6 or 7 different shades. They're all very different. They have a coral, they've got like a bright pink, they've got like a red with some sparkles in it. And LA Color and Ioni, I've got clear, I've got this red one. They might have another one or two. They don't have as much color selection. So again, LA Colors has just been in this game longer with their lip glosses. I think I put their plumping glosses as winning too, because Ioni's, they don't have as much color selection, but they will light your lips on fire, whereas the LA Colors will not. And I don't know that tingling really does make your lips actually look plumper, or if it just makes them feel terrible, and so you think they look plumper. I don't know what the difference is. I've gotten really sensitive to the Ioni lip plumping gloss. So in this category, I'm gonna put LA Colors as a little bit more superior, because I still find that I tend to reach for the LA Colors moisturizing glosses more than the couple of Ioni lip glosses that I have. So the last category, lipstick. So Ioni has a lot of different like shea butter lipsticks. I've got one that's in like a reddish. I've got this one here that's like in a pink. It's kind of like a really like a light bubblegum pink. I have one that's a little bit more bright. So and they're really nice. They feel great on the lips. I like the pink shades better than I like the redder shades. Mainly because when I do a red lip, I want like a red lip. And then LA Colors, of course, has all kinds of lipsticks. They come out with them in their new collections. They have these ones here that they have regularly, you know, in this packaging here. And I will say the shea butter lipsticks are probably a little bit more moisturizing and silky, but the pigmentation is really about the same. Now, of course, the packaging is super cute on the Ioni always. And if you can find the shade that you like, I think Ioni is the way to go. But if you're having trouble and you want to branch out and get some different shades, think again, LA Colors is going to have more options for you. So kind of like the gloss, I'm going to put LA Colors as just having been in the game longer and just having more selection in the lipstick department. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, show me you did by hitting the like button. I will have the previous installment of this linked down below. That way, if you missed it, you can catch up on the other 10 or 11 categories I talked about. Again, be on the lookout for this makeup look. It'll be my next video up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.